Clevitus, known as the most powerful demon lord in the world, lived quietly within the borders of his own land. He had no desire to conquer territories or meddle with other races. Yet, just as humans endlessly crave forests and resources, their greed eventually turned toward his domain. When humans crossed into his territory, Clevitus' long-held patience finally broke. Consumed by rage, he mercilessly slaughtered every invader, sending their souls straight into the afterlife. After that massacre, he made a chilling choice: he would erase the entire human race. But as his destruction continued, something unexpected occurred. A shattered human mother collapsed to her knees before him, trembling as she begged him to spare her child. Though a demon, Clevitus possessed a strangely compassionate heart. Defying logic, he accepted her plea. However, there was a condition. He would conceal his true identity and raise the child among humans. Meanwhile, a group of heroes journeyed deep into a thick forest, determined to slay the demon lord. Each carried a powerful weapon known as reliquaria, artifacts far beyond anything humans could normally forge. But the moment they arrived, their driver was devoured by wild beasts. Though shaken, the heroes fought back, cutting down monsters as they advanced toward the beast's lair. Along their path, they encountered a massive hydra. Stefan cleaved through its heads with his blades, but even severed, one head lunged at him. At the last second, Alicia plunged her sword into the hydra's eye, saving his life. Everything seemed to be progressing smoothly, almost suspiciously so. With the weaker creatures defeated, the group began searching for the ruler of the southern region. At the heart of the territory, they finally saw Clevitus standing before them. As if greeting them, he casually released a fragment of his overwhelming power. Still, their foolish leader believed victory was possible with their weapons alone. Empty words never saved anyone, and Clevitus proved it instantly by killing the leader first. Instead of retreating, the group's tank charged forward recklessly. Seeing his lack of thought, Clevitus simply tore his head from his body. Only then did the remaining heroes realize how hopeless their situation was. Alicia noticed too late that Clevitus was striking from within their shadows. One by one, he slaughtered them all. In desperation, an earth golem was summoned, but the ground itself answered to Clevitus. With a swing of his tails, the golem was shattered effortlessly. As the battle continued, Clevitus wondered how such weak humans had even reached his land. Soon, only Alicia remained. She barely evaded his attacks and managed to strike his horn, but the result was nothing more than a shallow scratch. To Clevitus, it was almost amusing. For 1,000 years, he had not harmed humans, yet they still hunted him. Wanting answers, he killed Alicia and headed directly toward the human kingdom. Clevitus had allowed humans to live freely, until they crossed the line. And once you reach into a snake's nest, you must accept the bite. Before dying, one hero revealed that the kingdom of Ha had sent them. When Clevitus arrived, arrows rained down upon him, but none could pierce his body. He obliterated homes as he advanced toward the royal castle, ignoring all resistance. The king, already aware of the chaos, understood their weapons were useless. Accepting his fate, he attempted to seal the flame of Hina so it could never be extinguished. Before finishing, Clevitus burst through the castle roof, announcing his intent to wipe humans from existence. He demanded an explanation. Why attack him when he had done nothing? The king replied that a monster could never comprehend human ambition. Finding the answer worthless, Clevitus beheaded him without hesitation. As he prepared to continue his genocide, the sound of a crying baby reached him. He tried to ignore it, but from beneath the rubble, the child's injured mother called out, begging him to save her son. Clevitus reminded her that he was the one who destroyed everything and that he planned to kill all humans regardless. But she argued that children should not suffer for adult sins. Though Clevitus claimed all humans were equal to him, he challenged her to prove the child deserved to live. She had no proof, only faith, saying that if he saved the child, he would understand in time. Moments later, she died. Clevitus walked away uncertain. Compared to his long existence, the baby's life was insignificant. Yet driven by curiosity, he returned and saved the child. The world of Ethia is home to 5 humanoid races. The Dun are the most numerous, masters of architecture and strategy, divided into 2 nations across the Dun plains. The Sladen dwell near water and are famed hunters. The Benti resemble beasts, powerful alone but incapable of teamwork. The final human kingdom, Fine, is renowned for weapon crafting. Surrounding these lands lies a dark border filled with countless monsters, ruled by 4 beast lords, one of them being Clevitus. Clevitus carried the child into a cave. Monsters rushed forward, but he frightened them into submission. When the baby cried from hunger, Clevitus shared a portion of his own energy. Conflicted, the Beast Lord wondered if he was now cleaning up humanity's mistakes. To test the child, he placed him into a pit crawling with spiders. The baby cried, but the spiders merely consumed the filth, cleaning the child instead of harming him. Seeing this, Clevitus lifted the baby again, yet the crying continued. He considered throwing him into the abyss, but as a Beast Lord, how could he abandon his decision? To keep the child alive, he would need humans. So he returned to the battlefield where the heroes had fallen. After some time, Alicia regained consciousness, confused, as she clearly remembered dying. When she saw Clevitus, she reached for her sword, but he told her he had discarded all weapons and bodies. Finding her useful, he revived her, explaining she was now a living corpse animated by his dark energy. Enough talk. Give me milk. Alicia hesitated before realizing what he meant. Since it was not a request, he tried forcing it, but quickly realized it was impossible. Alicia told him the truth, she had never been a mother. She also questioned why someone like Clevitus would save a human child. He had no time to explain. Since she couldn't produce milk, she would have to help another way. He could sustain the child with energy, but hunger would never fade. So he asked if there was another way to obtain milk. Unable to disobey, Alicia explained they needed a nursing mother, which meant going to a human village. If he appeared in his true form, everyone would flee. So Clevitus transformed into a human, shaping his face to resemble the child's mother as best he could. He took the name Cran, named the child Luna, and ordered Alicia to guide them to the nearest village. On the way, Alicia washed Luna and his blanket, noticing the royal crest of Hayden stitched into the fabric. As she worked, Cran complained endlessly, making her feel like his unwilling caretaker. Meanwhile, news of Hayden's destruction spread, and scouts were dispatched. Many questioned why anyone had attacked the Beast Lord in the first place. The timing was disastrous. The crown princess had planned to flee with her son the next day. The Dun kingdoms of Alan and Bolid soon became involved, both seeking Hayden's secret weapon forging techniques. Philia later asked Cran if he knew Luna was royalty. He didn't understand until she explained the crest marked royal lineage. Alicia then revealed Hayden had been completely annihilated. Shocked, she struggled to accept that an entire kingdom was gone. Cran dismissed her outrage. Humans attacked first. But Alicia warned that Luna was now the last royal, meaning countless people would hunt him. Only Hayden's royal bloodline could use their forging techniques. As she spoke, she realized she had said too much. Cran, now considering his options, decided he could raise Luna as the new human king and rule from the shadows. If humans became troublesome, he could erase them entirely. But first, they still needed milk. So he urged Alicia to hurry. If anything happened to that child, she feared, he might wipe out every human on the continent. So no matter what happens, I have to protect this child. Suddenly, Cran is attacked, and bodies begin dropping all around them. Those people don't even understand what they've done. Now, every one of them is going to die. But then Cran collapses, blood spilling from his head, leaving Alicia completely shocked. Annoyed by her scream, they strike Alicia as well, knocking her unconscious. Later, Alicia wakes up inside a carriage and sees Cran sitting calmly. She's stunned that he hasn't killed anyone yet. As long as Luna is safe, I don't care. Tell me something, when you turn into a human, does your power weaken too? How did you fall so easily? I didn't realize human heads were so fragile. Don't worry, it won't happen again. That's fine, but why are we staying here until Luna becomes king? I need to live hidden among humans, and to do that, I must understand them better. Can you explain what's happening? The people who kidnapped us are bandits. They capture people and sell them as slaves. They're stronger than normal humans, but completely rotten inside. You shouldn't judge all humans based on them. Soon after, they arrive at the bandits' base. As the captives are unloaded, one man tries to escape, but a bandit throws a knife and kills him instantly, terrifying everyone into silence. Then a woman calls out to Cran. When she notices the baby in his arms, she calls for Nell. Hearing her voice, Nell collapses in fear, apologizing repeatedly as she falls. The woman scolds her, but the moment she sees Luna, a strange light flashes in her eyes. Meanwhile, Alicia is taken to Broko, their temporary leader since Jacek has gone into the dungeon, though none of the bandits truly consider him their boss. To assert control, Roko brings out a troll, shocking Alicia since trolls are incredibly powerful and difficult to tame. He pulls out a pouch of red stones and explains that the Hayden Kingdom once sent heroes to kill Clevitus. None returned alive, and the kingdom was destroyed. From what we've heard, you look like one of those heroes. And these stones aren't something you just stumble upon. Alicia freezes when she sees her blade, knowing that red door weapons can only be forged by Hayden's royal family. This blade is fake, but most people can't tell the difference. That's why business is booming. Now that the royal family is gone, real blades will never be made again, and we can profit immensely. You're a hero, aren't you? Where are the other heroes' weapons? They'd sell for a fortune. But Alicia says nothing. Enraged, he orders his men to torture her, force the information out, and then have their fun. Elsewhere, Cran is working in a restaurant while Nell feeds the baby. Suddenly, a man starts yelling at her for beer, and when she goes to serve him, he kicks her. The people inside laugh as Cran silently obeys every order, bringing drinks without protest. Some deliberately knock the beer over and drag him outside. Once they're satisfied, they leave. After killing them, Cran calmly cleans up their bodies and returns to Nell, telling her Luna is hungry again. When Cran asks more about her past, Nell says she never knew her father and lived only with her mother. The same abuse kept happening to her, and now she can't even remember her mother's face. When she was 12, her mother disappeared. After that, all the violence was directed at her. Many of her teeth were broken, and she lost hearing in 1 ear. Eventually, when she was given work, life became slightly easier. The bandits stopped tormenting her as much, and her only duty became caring for children. But only mothers can produce milk, right? So where is your child? Nell tells him she once had a baby, but it died the moment it was born. After that, she lost all desire to live. When she regained consciousness, a small baby was nursing from her. Soon, more babies came to be fed by her, and that's how she became a nursing maid. She couldn't save her own child, but she refuses to let any other baby die of hunger. I don't trust humans very much, but maybe I can trust you. Would you like to leave this place with me? Nell is shocked, and a little happy too, but she reminds him that she's also a slave and asks how they could ever escape. With that, she walks away. On the other side, Alicia is being marched across a bridge by the bandits. Below, she sees another slave. They tell him that if he retrieves a weapon from the water, they'll set him free. Clinging to that hope, he jumps in. Alicia screams at him to come back, warning him that legends say the water is filled with monsters. But it's already too late. Within moments, monsters drag him out and rip him apart right before his wife's eyes. Alicia is devastated, while the bandits laugh hysterically. 300 years ago, monsters came here due to massive floods. The strongest hero of that era fought them, but even he couldn't defeat them. Back then, the monsters were on land. Now this area is submerged, and no one can challenge them. After that battle, the hero's weapon was left behind, known as the Stream Splitter. The bandits order Alicia to move, but more bandits appear from the other side. Among them, a crazed man rushes onto the bridge and approaches her. Furious, Alicia unwillingly thanks Clevitus for his debt. She dislocates her own shoulder, smashes the man's head with her shackles, cuts the rope using his blade, and jumps down. Falling from such a height should have killed both of them. Believing Alicia is dead, the bandits panic, knowing the boss will destroy them if he finds out. But Alicia survives because her body is completely shattered. She can't feel anything below her neck and has lost an enormous amount of blood. Suddenly, her blood begins to float, and a tiny version of Clevitus appears before her. Shocked by his size, Alicia stares. My form is this small because I manifested inside you using blood magic. It's this blood keeping your mortal body alive. If all of it spills out, you'll die. But don't worry, so long as you remain useful to me, I'll keep you alive. Alicia asks why he still hasn't begun healing her. He tells her not to worry, that he will heal her, but first he wants to ask something. He says he found the ideal nurse for Luna. Nell is treated poorly here, so he offered her a better life, yet she refused. He wants to know the reason. Perhaps Nell believes Alicia is also a slave and won't be able to keep her promise. People like these never allow anyone to leave, and even if someone manages to escape, bandits will hunt them down and kill them. Since Nell grew up here, she doesn't believe escape is possible. He asks Alicia what she thinks should be done. He says there is only one good solution: kill all the bandits so no one remains to chase Nell. Alicia refuses, saying she can't do that. If humans discover she isn't in her territory, they will begin invading her land. He suggests it would be better if Alicia does it instead. Heroes kill bandits all the time. Before Alicia can respond, he pours blood back into her body, allowing her to regenerate. Meanwhile, when the bandits come down, they witness Alicia's body twisting unnaturally, like a zombie, as bones and flesh reattach. Alicia feels every bit of the pain. The bandits are confused, but as long as she lives, they believe they can force her to reveal Regalia's location. One bandit attacks her, but Alicia easily defeats him and takes his sword. Seeing this, the others panic and attack together. He says not to worry, Alicia is the first human to ever scratch him, and nothing will happen to her. Elsewhere, Nell returns to Carm, happy that she is still alive. Despite being badly injured, she looks cheerful. Nell mentions that Carm came from outside, while she herself was born and raised here and has never seen the outside world. Carm tells her not to say such things and begins to suspect that Nell wants to leave. Nell denies it, saying she was only curious about life outside because someone asked her today if she wanted to leave. Carm slaps her and tells her to stop dreaming. The bandits see them as slaves, and once they're bored, they'll kill anyone. If they want to live, they must stay together and never talk like that. What angers Carm most is that someone dared to ask a girl like Nell to leave before her. At that moment, Broko arrives, having heard everything. Carm panics when she sees him. Broko has come to take Nell away. Carm tries to stop him but cannot say anything in front of the boss. After they leave, she worries because no one except Nell can feed the children. Cran then approaches from behind, and Cum tells him he won't be getting milk anymore because Nell made the mistake of dreaming of something impossible. Cran asks what she is trying to say, and when Cum looks into his eyes, fear overtakes her. Meanwhile, Ro takes Nell to an underground area she has never seen before. He explains that it used to be a massive magic ore mine. Magic ore has many uses. The lamp they are using contains crushed magic ore mixed with insect oil. Before becoming a bandit, he spent much of his life researching magic ore. Broko suddenly turns off the lamp, plunging the place into complete darkness. When he turns it back on, the same troll is standing right behind him. He explains that his experiments focused on creating mixtures that could allow him to control beasts like Batty, which is how he became the leader. As a leader, he cannot forgive what Nell said. On Broko's command, Batty begins chasing Nell as she runs. Nell thinks she wishes she had held that hand. Suddenly, she sees Luna ahead and apologizes to her, saying she won't be able to feed her anymore. Then Batty completely devours her. Luna starts crying, but Cran explains that this is simply how the world works. He could have saved Nell if he wanted, but he doesn't wish to take away someone's food. At the same time, he is confused because trolls never follow orders. Broko orders Batty to eat Cran as well, but when Batty sees him, it freezes in terror and spits Nell back out. Cran then sends Luna and Nell away so Nell can spend her final moments with something that brings her happiness. When Broko turns back, he is shocked to find two people missing. He believes Cran used magic, though Cran himself doesn't even know what magic is. Broko accuses him of making excuses and shows a drug made from magic ore, herbs, and parasites, used to control trolls' minds. One day, he hopes to perfect it enough to control humans as well. He throws the drug into the fire, creating smoke that brings Batty back under his control. At the same time, Alicia continues sinking. Because she cannot die, the lack of air causes unbearable pain throughout her body. Her mind slowly goes numb, and her vision fades. but she must endure it all to reach the sword. When the barrel hits the ground, the sword appears right before her. She moves toward the regalia, knowing her power will multiply the moment she holds it. But as she reaches for it, the monster opens its eyes. She realizes she isn't at the bottom of a lake, but standing atop a massive creature. Even so, Alicia attempts to grab the sword. The monster opens its mouth and begins sucking in water, pulling Alicia inside as well. Somehow, she manages to seize the sword. With a single strike, she slices through the monster's teeth and escapes. Badly injured, she believes she can still get out safely because the regalia specializes in water. She wonders how a hero could lose despite wielding such a powerful sword and realizes it must have been because of this ancient beast, one she has only read about in legends, beings that have lived for millions of years. As Alicia nears the surface, smaller monsters attack her, but she cuts them down and emerges from the water. The bandits are stunned to see her alive, especially when they notice the regalia in her hands. Their shock isn't over yet. The monster rises from the water and immediately starts devouring the remaining bandits. Alicia escapes, knowing she cannot defeat an ancient beast. She realizes she's still in the bandit camp, and what happens to bandits means nothing to her. As she prepares to leave, the surviving bandits beg her for help. She asks how they thought she would save people like them, then walks away. The monster consumes the rest of the bandits. Alicia assumes these creatures live only in water and won't come out again. Clevis only told her to kill the bandits, and technically, she has accomplished that. After finishing them, the monster returns to the water. Cran then speaks to her, saying she struggled more than he expected. Alicia becomes angry and asks why he didn't help her if he knew everything. Cran replies that he himself is dealing with something he doesn't understand. We see that he has killed Batty and calls Alicia over to teach her a lesson. Meanwhile, Roko is terrified after witnessing Cran kill Batty without touching him. While fleeing, he encounters Luna. Alicia reaches Cran, but he tells her she's already too late. His gaze falls on her new sword, and Alicia begs him not to take it away after everything she went through. Cran agrees. He explains that the smoke affects dark beasts but not humans or normal animals. Even he can't smell properly, and his ears have been ringing. He could destroy the entire cave by returning to his true form, but he won't because he doesn't know where Luna is. Cran tells Alicia to deal with the smoke, but she says she can't use magic. Only a few people in the world can, and even then, arcane stones are required. Cran calls her useless again, causing her to snap. She tells him that some of the heroes he killed could use magic. But Cran has already moved on and believes Luna is likely dead. Alicia asks what he will do if Luna is dead. He says that the moment Luna dies, his interest in humanity ends, and he will have no reason to keep humans alive. Hearing this, Alicia's doubts turn into certainty. The only way to protect humans is to keep Luna alive. As they move forward, they find blood trails, but Nell is too weak to crawl, meaning someone dragged her away. Elsewhere, Ro tries to escape while Nell clings to his coat. Despite being kicked repeatedly, she refuses to let go. Ro doesn't want to abandon his coat because it's expensive, but he still plans to take Luna with him. A flashback appears. When Ro reached Luna, she suddenly began crying, triggering an explosion of her latent power. Ro realizes Luna has extraordinary magical talent, which can only mean one thing: she is the lost prince. He plans to use her for his own gain. At that moment, Alicia appears before him, shocking him. He asks where his men are, and then Cran arrives, telling him that all his people and friends are. If you enjoyed this epic anime and want the next episodes, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel now.